what the fuck was up with Scorpion's voice? He was like, get over. Like it sounded like he was suffering from like dementia or something, like where he was like unsure of what he was saying. He's like, get over.
He had the Rona. He had bad lungs, man. That's all it is.
The Scorpion got COVID. Moving on to other mindless action. Look, dude. Let's just cut to the chase here. Did you watch the first two Mortal Kombat movies?
Yeah.
What did you think? Both as a kid, and have you gone back to watch it recently?
Definitely not recently. I don't know what's recent, man. I'm 31. Like, what's recent? Like 10 years ago? No.
In like the last like 4 years.
No, definitely not. Like, it's probably been a good like 12, 13 years, but like I wasn't expecting a whole lot from the movies. It was mindless action. It was just like playing the video game. You know, maybe the video game storyline was a little bit more entertaining, but like I didn't hate the movies. They were all right. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I've gone back recently to real recently, like in the last, I want to say in the last like month, I went back and watched the movies. Not even because this new one was coming out, but just because it was like randomly on TV one day. And I was just like, man, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. And I was like doing some other shit at the time, but I was like, fuck it. I'm doing it. I'm watching it. The first one, not the worst thing in the world. It was bad, but not as bad as if you would have asked me before watching it, like how bad it was. I would have said it was way worse than what I actually. It was still just a categorically terrible movie, right? But I don't think anybody's under the illusion that you're fucking winning any awards with fucking Mortal Kombat. And I don't think that's really even the fucking goal, right? Like nobody's trying to do that.
Look, man, it wasn't as bad as the most recent Street Fighter, the most recent Dragon Ball Z. So like, at least you got that.
What the fuck's the most recent Street Fighter? To my knowledge, there's only been
Chun-Li.
one Street Fighter. Okay, that doesn't count.
The Legend of Chun-Li or whatever.
That literally doesn't count. Nobody's.
But that's my point. That's my point. Like the second Mortal Kombat movie was better than that.
No, absolutely not. I honestly, I watched maybe like half of the Chun-Li movie. There is almost, I can't tell you how bad that second Mortal Kombat movie is. It is horrific. It is bad.
You can at least sit through the second. Yes, you can. No, you're not giving it credit, man.
Addy, very literally.
Look, I haven't seen it in years, but
Addy. Very literally, I could not sit through it. Like in a literal, and look, that's not even just me as an adult, because when I went back and watched them, they were showing them back to back, I think on TNT the other day. But even as a kid, I was like, and I was into Power Rangers. I was into like every like cheesy, whatever the fucking thing was. I was into it as a kid. Even I as a kid was like, this is a bridge too far. I can't.
You watched every single Steven Seagal movie ever made, and you couldn't sit through the second fucking.
I seen every Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. I seen all on the Schwarzenegger movies. I seen all Stallone.
You've got Bloodsport posters all over your room. You could not sit through the second Mortal Kombat.
I simply could not. I sat through the fucking Quest from Jean-Claude Van Damme. I simply cannot sit through the second Mortal Kombat movie. It is a god awful movie. But all that being said, we get a new Mortal Kombat movie. As with all things, we get reboots galore, and of course, this is a reboot of the Mortal Kombat franchise in terms of their film franchise. Let me give you the quick synopsis. Look, I don't even think you need the fucking synopsis. Look, a bunch of fucking people do some start fighting, and it's because of some sort of tournament, whatever. It's fucking Mortal Kombat. If you don't know it, then oh well. Directed by Simon McQuoid. I don't know what the fuck his name is. Written by Greg Russo and Dave Callum, starring Jessica McName in Whoa, Jesus Christ. Hiroyuki Sanada, Josh Lawson, and McCade Brooks. This is due out April 16th of this year. I didn't know it was coming out that quick. That's weird. I didn't think it was coming out that early. In any case, I've blabbed on long enough.
Butchered every name on the cast list.
This is what I do. This is what I do. This is what I do, man. I butcher names. That's my specialty. That's if this was X-Men, that would be my special my mutant gift is fucking up the easiest of names. All right, let's hop into this shiznit real quick. Mortal Kombat, the next generation. That is not what this film's called, but let's jump into it nonetheless.
First learned about this 7 years ago. On a mission in Brazil to capture a wanted fugitive. When we got there, it tore through our unit in seconds.
Not gonna lie, that was pretty tough.
That was dope.
The target had superhuman abilities. It had the same marking you do, Cole.
It's a birthmark.
What do you mean?
He was born with it.
It's not a birthmark, Cole. It means you've been chosen.
Throughout history, different cultures all over the world reference a great tournament of champions. That dragon marking? I think it's an invitation to fight for something known. As Mortal Kombat.
These are your champions.
I'm Sonya. That's Kano.
I'm Liu Kang.
Oh, thanks, Jax.
That CGI looked bad.
Lord Raiden. The fate of Earth is in our hands.
No matter how many of my people you put in the ground,
We will not fail.
kill them.
Fire Dragon. The Fire Dragon is gonna melt that ice.
Sub-Zero.
That was cool. That was cool.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Did he just like pull his intestines out and swing him across the room?
First off, why did fucking
Kano wins. You fucking beauty.
first of all,
Filmed in Australia, get an Australian guy in there. Like,
yeah, yeah. I mean, did you ever play? You played Mortal Kombat, yeah?
yeah, of course. I was a fucking kid in the 90s. Yes, I did.
Yeah, it was hard to, especially if you owned a PlayStation. It was hard to not.
Well, hold on. We were pretty poor. We didn't own a PlayStation, but we found ways of getting a PlayStation.
Okay, if you played PlayStation, Eddie, I stand corrected. My apologies. I didn't mean to offend you, sir.
90s Germany was rough.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, yeah, dude. First of all, what the fuck was up with Scorpion's voice? Look, it's not hard to do this, right? You didn't even have to do anything. Just fucking airlift it from the game. You don't even have to like fucking come up with some new shit. Just airlift it from the. He's wearing a fucking mask the entire time. Get over here! Like that's not hard. He's like, get over. Like it sounded like he was suffering from like dementia or something, like where he was like unsure of what he was saying. He's like, get over.
He had the Rona. He had bad lungs, man. That's all it is.
The Scorpion got COVID.
It took a while, you know, universal
like,
health care. It takes a while.
He was like, fuck, guys, when are you going to come up with that vaccine? Jesus.
That's what the tournament was for, man. The last dose of the Pfizer vaccine, you know?
Holy shit, they're fighting over the last. They're like, did you get on the list? Or what number are you? What number are you, son of a bitch? We're fighting for your place, okay? Holy shit. That's how they're literally going to start doing it. We're all going to have to start fighting Mortal Kombat
Eventually.
to get on this fucking list. Holy shit, dude. Okay, your quick thoughts before we
Dude, like that looked all right. That did not look bad. It had everything I expected it to have. It had cheesy ass lines, cheesy ass CGI, a cheesy ass storyline that I don't really fully understand. I don't understand what the tournament is for.
Yeah,
I never really did. Yeah. Why is the fate of the world in their hands? I don't know. What's happening outside of the world that they're in? Like, are we in a dystopian future where, like, you know, it's just fucking like hell on earth and like the good guys have to win this tournament to save everybody else? Like, I don't know what's going on, but this is Mortal Kombat. This is what I want to see. Yeah. Unanswered questions throughout.
Yeah, I mean, it's all we're really going to get. You know, what's interesting, man, is this guy Cole Young. So I don't, to my knowledge, he wasn't a character in Mortal Kombat. Am I remembering that wrong? It's been a fucking minute. I have not kept up with any of the games. Literally outside of like maybe the first couple of Mortal Kombats, I literally haven't had pretty much no interest in keeping up with Mortal Kombat.
So, Young? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. So that's actually one thing that I thought was actually pretty dope. Is that there at least one would maybe he's just that name is just masking who his like true character is or some shit. I don't know. But it's kind of dope how they're starting it off with an either less known or not known at all character, because I think that brings a different perspective into it. I think one of the reasons why, on the plethora of other reasons, that the first one was very suspect at best, was that they really did try to make the idea of Mortal Kombat like the central story. And that simply just was never going to work because, just like you said, it's like there's no plot here. Nobody gives a shit, right?
Yeah.
It's a fucking fighting game that doesn't really have any story at all. You know, it's just people fucking fighting, you know? And as you try to give it a story, it's best to try to ground that in a character that's not necessarily in that world. So that character can act as like a conduit for us, you know, to be able to understand that world, you know, and to be able to identify with it a little more. But when you just start off with just the characters from the story, that's a little harder to identify with a dude with fucking, you know, fire for hands, or, you know, I think that was Liu Kang that they showed there. Liu Kang was always my dude. I always fuck with Liu Kang. Who's your favorite character in Mortal Kombat?
Oh, Liu Kang, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Why is that? Is it like because Liu Kang was pressed upon everybody like Ryu from Street Fighter?
For me, I don't think it was that. I think it was just that was the first character that I just played with and won with and just fucked shit up with. And it just like stuck with me. To answer your question though, it is this is from republicworld.com. The upcoming Mortal Kombat film will introduce a new character, Cole Young, to the mythology of Mortal Kombat. Cole Young is to be played by the film by Asian actor Louis Tan, and serves as the lead actor to the film. He's supposed to be like a young MMA guy, which, to your point, like that's good. Like you're introducing a new character that is doing, I guess, technically like a new, you know, kind of style of fighting, which, you know, the MMA is more or less new. I mean, it is mixed martial arts, but like we understand the MMA today better than, you know, we would have, you know, understood maybe the MMA back in the 90s. So, like, I like that part of it.
You mean like an endless tournament of fucking
of course
enhanced individuals? You mean we might have understood MMA world?
Yeah, man. And then when you get to the end of it, you get to face off with Dana White. Like that's just how it goes.
I understand Mortal Kombat way more than I understand those cauliflowered eared. I'm joking. Please don't come and whoop my ass, any MMA guy. I'm scared to death of you psychopaths. But yeah, my favorite character was always Liu Kang, followed closely by, of course, Raiden. I never cared for literally anybody else except for maybe when you get to the Sub-Zero and Scorpions. I like them. They started to get a little weird when they started going into like a reptile and all that. I was like, I'm not here for that shit. I never really fuck with Johnny Cage, which everybody's, you know, shitting their pants because he's not in the film.
Yeah.
Or at least theoretically, I guess he's not in the film. There's always a possibility that he could either show up at the end, or maybe he's a different character that we didn't know was going to be, or maybe Cole Young is going to be eventually be Johnny Cage or something like that. I don't know. Never really cared for Sonya. Jax never really cared for.
Who the fuck was Sonya?
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
man, I'm
I
disappointed
think it
in
was.
you.
You know what? I think I
fuck
never
with Sonya and Sub-Zero, man. Those were good characters.
Yeah, I never could. I never felt like Sonya was like a good guy character or a good woman character. Like, and I don't mean that like good as in like I meant like, you know, in the realm of good and bad characters. It always felt like she was like a bad character, even though I guess they were propping her up as a good character.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I never really felt her in that light. And I guess when I was young, I was very impressionable when it came to defining
Sexist fucker.
Okay, fair enough. That's fair too. That's fair too. But anyways, that was our reaction to Mortal Kombat.
I'm gonna check it out. This is gonna be fun.
What are we not gonna watch it? Of course.
Yeah.
You know, if you watched the campaign,
You fucking didn't watch the second one apparently.
No, I absolutely did watch the second one. No.
Not
Oh,
all
I'm
the
sorry.
way through
When I
it?
said I couldn't sit through it, I meant that more recently I couldn't sit through it.
I got
As a kid, I knew it was utter trash, but I had to finish it. I mean, I couldn't not sit through it. I mean, it was mandatory.
Your attention span was better as a young Tunde at 12 years old.
Yeah, probably. That's probably very true. My ADD's increased with age. I don't know if it's the food I'm eating or if it's I don't know what it is, but it seems to have
Get you some avocado toast, man. It helps.
yeah. I'll see you in spin class too. All right. Let's move on here to our next story.